Hello, everyone. Come on in. Come on in. I want to try to make this as brief and quick as possible. I am here to give another update on Jamal White Jr., uncle, Jamal White Jr.'s uncle, which is his daddy's brother. Guys, if you've been following me over here, most definitely on TikTok, where I give all the updates, but I give updates. I think I put them on a post. Sometimes I do the updates, but I give all the updates over on TikTok. So, let me go ahead and get into this. Hit the like button. Go ahead and subscribe if you're not a subscriber. Turn on that notification bell. If you are watching the screen or not, this is the disclaimer for the Copyright Act of 1976 under Section 107 for fair use purposes. If you come in and you say, I didn't say it, look at the toolbar at the bottom. It is there. I want to bring you guys, some people probably don't remember this because this was all the way back in July. Remember this flyer before it had great news? He was missing July the 11th. Jamal White, that's him right there, that precious baby. We all knew something was up with the situation because thank God for ring cameras or whatever camera caught it. We seen him riding his bike. His At the time we didn't know his daddy was following him, but it was just horrific, just horrific. You have to go back. I'll try to attach it to this video, the initial video when you heard him screaming and everything. But anywho, let's keep moving right along. Um, so after he was found, um, the guy that was arrested at the location, this is the uncle. Now his dad, the little boy is Jamal. His daddy, their name is spelled the same way, but with an A at the end, an A-L versus E-L. He initially, this is the uncle, and the uncle wasn't locked up allegedly. Allegedly, the uncle was not locked up for uh anything doing with the Schmidt napping of his nephew, like he was a part of it. But I'll read his charges off here. Plus, I've been following, like I said, I have a lot of updates. So, and I have all of them over on TikTok, and I have some over here. But initially, he was charged with first degree reckless endangerment, um, used dangerous of a weapon, that was a felony, and first degree, well, the same thing, pretty much the same thing. Well, this said first degree reckless endangerment. Is that the same? Yes, the same thing. And he had a $20,000 cash bond. And he was taken in custody July the 13th. Once again, this was after the effect, and it was just a lot of stuff unraveling. I had some people sent me, one particular person sent me some information that I knew far ahead that the mother was going to be arrested, but I couldn't really say anything because I wanted to make sure. Sometimes you want to make sure, so that's why I put a lot of stuff over on TikTok, because they was giving the information. So, anywho, this is the mom. She looks different on Facebook, but this is the mom, Siobhan Williams. She still at this time is locked up, but she was booked on July the 24th, not too much later than the uncle. All intents and purposes, I'm not going to say her brother in law because I don't think she was married to him. But this is the mom. And it's saying here for second degree reckless endangerment, endangering safety. Now, allegedly, what was told to me, and let me bring her up to show you guys that she's still locked up. They still have a hold on her right here. If you can, let me see if I can make this bigger for you can see. Right here, she does not have a bond. She's still on hold. She don't even have a court. Nothing's filed in court for her right now. Basically what was said, and I'm going to state allegedly because I don't have the information on it 100%. But basically what was found and what was said is that Jamal White Jr., her son, overheard his mom on the phone speaking with, what is the guy's name, Williams. I have to go back. You guys have to listen to the video. This was supposed to be a quick video, but anywho, one of the guys, his last name was Williams, that adopted her son. Everybody felt like something in the milk wasn't clean. So come to find out, she was in contact with them, because at one point she was talking to the police, and then in the next point she wasn't. So come to find out, they told her that the block is hot, it's too many police, all this stuff, woo woo woo. They'll meet her to give her back the son. And it was something they wanted her to do. In my other video was there. I just didn't have the time to go back, because this is supposed to be a drive through video. It don't supposed to be going in depth. But the son heard the conversation. The mom never met with them. So allegedly, when the police got the son, and they spoke with him and everything, they say he allegedly broke down in tears, saying that he heard his mom's voice, but his mom never came for him. That's all I can say. I don't want to really say any more, because I want to wait until everything is factual. I want to wait until she goes to court. That's what I want to wait for, so I can say, hey, this is where it's at. This is what it is. So, anywho, like I said, I have been updating, doing all the updates, I'm putting on TikTok, and I try to put them over here too, but I'm not gonna say I did 100%. So, anywho, on here, if you look and see, let me stroll, let me stroll, let me stroll, let me stroll, because I've been every time he has something going on, I've talked about it. So, anyway, where we're at now, we are at the sentencing phase, because the October the 10th, they had a status conference. And the status conference, what they did, the defense requests a plea and a sentencing date. Matters adjourned before branch 19. So the plea and sentencing hearing is scheduled for December 12th, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. So the defense team, I guess he wants to, I don't know, I'm just saying allegedly, I guess Jamal wants to go ahead and get this over with. But what I do know is, and it just came to my brain when I did my last video on him, he pretty much was put on, I want to say it's kind of like a house arrest or something like that, but he was monitored. But he's on August the 18th, he was on court ordered. They turned him over to the Justice Point for Supervision Level 4. And then it says conditions under the bail remain. So even though he had a $20,000 bond, they dropped it down to 10, and that's how he was able to go ahead and meet, his bond requirements. So, for me, that's why I was stating that, sometimes you gotta be careful. So anyway, this was my post over on TikTok. I just put on here that the case in court for a status conference, defense request plea and sentencing date. Plea and sentencing a hearing scheduled for December the 12th, 2025 at 9:30 a.m. So I will be over there. The other thing is, before I get off of here, I actually called I called the sheriff's office, and I wanted to get an update of what's going on with the mom. And so they said I needed to speak with the sheriff's department, not the jail. So I sent them an email, and I guess it's under hush hush, because, like I said, she doesn't even have a court date. There's nothing filed in court yet. So I guess it takes time to weed out everything. And when they go to court, I think they want to make sure they have all their ducks in a row. So I did reach out to the local authorities to find out really what's going on with her. I'm gonna reach out to my source that I have on TikTok and find out, because they're kind of close to certain people, to find out if, since some time that went by, have they found out any more. They told me the reasons why she was in there, but like I said, I need to have a factual. I like to make sure that I go ahead and fact check everything before I put it out. So that's it. And that's all. I wanted to, this is all for this baby. Let me put him up here. He is just so I said, I'm going to keep my foot on the next. Where is he? Let me get it. Oh, there he go right there. I wanted to bring him up. That's him. He is so, he look at the cutie patootie. So, guys, Jamal White Jr., let's keep him in our prayers. I'm going to link the initial video that I did when he was first schmutted. And until next time, guys, peace, love, and so I am out.